Today we're going to be taking a look at Garmin's brand new Home T Hero application. A completely refreshed and standalone experience that finally brings the upgraded graphics and ball physics that we thought were exclusive to the R50 straight to the R10 community. Unfortunately, I won't be hitting shots today. It's horrendous outside. It's constantly raining here. I'm just not going to be able to get out and hit some shots. But I just want to demonstrate the app and show you what we, the R10 community, are getting with this new Home T Hero app. So I'm just going to bring up on the screen here the Play Store. So I'm actually going through the Google Play Store on this. This is also available on iOS. You can also get it on there for Apple. But if you search for Garmin Home T Hero, you'll see the app Home T Hero. I've already got it installed, but there it is with its new icon. There is a new update for it on the 20th of January. As of today, it is the 22nd, but they did actually release this back on the 13th of January, and I was only aware of this by just scanning through Facebook community on the Garmin R10 community pages, and I'd seen it become available. So I've just opened it up, but before I start, there is a caveat to this. If you're not aware, if you have the Garmin R10 or thinking about getting the Garmin R10 and you're going to be using the Garmin Home T Hero app with it, there is a cost to this, a very minimal one at that. It's around about £10 or £9 a month and about $10 a month that you'd have to pay. They only do it on a monthly subscription I'm aware of. I don't think they give you the option to sort of buy it annually or buy it outright like Awesome Golf and other applications that give you that subscription-based approach. But here it is on the screen. I've got it up on there now. So it's a sort of very similar layout initially. So we've got the play, practice, and compete on the home menu. Immediately, just from the visuals they're showing you there on full round on course, I will go into each one of these. The graphics have significantly improved. If you're aware of the Garmin R50, they did this for that initially, as I said at the beginning of this video, but they've now brought it to us on all of the courses that are available through the Home T Hero app. So if I go on to full round, we'll just take a look at full round. So what you get. So obviously you're getting the 43,000 courses that are available to you, and that's worldwide real courses mapped through the Garmin Home T Hero application. So you can play your local courses. I know all my local courses are available on there, so it's just fantastic. So you can go and search a course, but they do have a list also of enhanced courses. So if we go into that, we can click view all, and on a few, like I said, a selection of sort of well-known courses around the world, they've improved these courses. So with high resolution sort of graphics and LiDAR data, basically is what I've got notes here. LiDAR data for the greens and tree coverage. So like for Augusta, for example, Bay Hill, Cascata. So if you download any one of these, so I could just download Augusta. It takes a few seconds depending on obviously your internet connection. So when you load that up, you just select your players. So going back to that very quickly. So as before with Home T Hero, you could have up to 4 players locally. So you can invite your friends and family around and play together. Continue through, it'll give you your tee box options as normal. This is all sort of standard stuff that came with the original Home T Hero app. So we'll go with the Masters just for a bit of a demo. And obviously I've not got my Approach R10 connected, so we'll need to connect it. But going down into the gameplay settings, and this is where it really sort of changes, okay? So the all holes, so if you click on that, you can actually select the front 9, back 9, but new, well, all of this is new, but I think this is fantastic, the custom options. So you can then just select custom and choose whichever holes you want to play, which is just brilliant. If you want to practice a certain hole at your course, or you just want to have a quick couple of holes on simulator golf, you've got that ability to do that as well. So when we go back, the gameplay settings, so they've actually got green speeds. So it's set to 8. I'll probably keep that as 8, but that can crank up all the way to 12. So I'm assuming that's going to get real quick on the stimp, if you would, for the green speeds. So I've just notched that away. So I'll keep it at 8. like I said, I've not actually used this yet. I want to get out and play on this. Definitely you're going to see some videos coming out of it on courses around the world, as I've always done through Home T Hero anyway. We got the lie penalty, so we'll keep that on. So it's going to give you those percentages deductions on your shots, whether you're in the rough or in the sand. We'll keep that as standard. And chip shots. So both of these are now options that weren't there before to toggle on and off, but chip shots, you could turn that off, so therefore you won't need to chip. I will say through the Facebook Garmin R10 community pages, I have been reading that some people have been facing issues with chip shots, very short chip shots around the greens, where it's just not reading it. I don't know if it's just a local problem with themselves and their environments, or if it is something to do with the app, but it seems a bit of a common theme there. So hopefully Garmin will release an update to fix that. But as an interim, you could turn that off if need be. Weather, location, conditions, same as always. So you can go in there and you can adjust that. You can adjust your altitude, humidity, temperature, and obviously the wind as well. It will default to your local, the course local, or you could change it to your local, or just obviously have your custom. I do tend to tweak this ever so slightly, not as heavily as I used to, just to bring it down. I tend to turn off wind as well, because wind on the old Home T Hero used to really deplete your distances and really sort of have an adverse effect. So that's all there, along with the distance from the R10, that's the standard, so you can adjust the distance that you're going to be hitting your ball from the R10, and obviously in-game sounds. So let's go into it and show you just very quickly from a horizontal perspective. You can also do this as, from a vertical perspective, but you can also do this as horizontal. I will play this horizontal, and I've seen it horizontal and it looks fantastic. It's not that really flat look that the old Home T Hero used to have, where you didn't really get any kind of feel for undulations or anything. It just looks really good. So as we load this up, you've got the new sort of Home T Hero Golf Simulator logo, and straight away it's going into the first hole, and it gives you hole flyovers as well for each hole. It's just great. I think this is fantastic. And I think for the LiDAR based holes, as I said, these more advanced holes, you will get the green undulations as well. So the green coverage, you better see those greens, and they will show you that. I think as you get close to them, you might be able to bring up some sort of LiDAR view of the green to see it. But yeah, same as always. So you're getting the distances to the green, the flag, as well, your scorecard coming up in there. You can obviously click the flag button in the bottom right hand corner, get a beautiful overview of the hole, and like I said, instantly the graphics. It's just great. It's really good. You know, it's not GS Pro levels clearly, but for me, I think this is just a massively great addition and upgrade to the Garmin R10 community. And as always, you can click the free lines, you can pick up your ball, move on to the next hole, just end your round, or have a look at the scorecard, and obviously still adjust green speeds and lie penalties and chip shots mid-round if you want, along with all the weather settings and everything else. So I'll just go back to the main menu, and I just want to pick up the on-course practice. This is a very new addition. So if I click on that, you can allow it to find your location. So this is some courses local to me, so I could choose any one of these courses. So if we go with Orchard Lee, load it up, then you could choose a tee box. We could just go from the yellow. Obviously all the weather settings, we've talked about this, and it will load it up. So in the practice mode, you have the ability then to, in the bottom right hand corner, you've got the little hand with the ball. So when you click on that, you can actually then scan forward anywhere on that hole that you're currently playing up to a certain point. I think as you sort of play from there and you get closer to the greens and the flags, you'll be able to place it around there as well. So you can drop that there, or you can place, I mean, that in itself is just brilliant. So I would be picking up that ball. I'd be going to maybe some little par threes, going around some holes that are sort of want to do some chipping practice around the greens, or even just at the bunkers, some bunker shots to get you familiar with it. But you can click on that little buggy as well, and you can actually skip to another hole. So we could go to the hole 3 and it'll go straight over to that. So then you can then either click on the little drone button as well, just to give you a quick overview. So there's a drone button there, so you can have a flyover of the hole itself. And if we close that, once again, you do also have the flag icon in the bottom right hand side of the screen, so you can click on that, and that's just going to give you a bird's eye view of the hole. So we can go back to the view with the little man there, and then, like I said, pick up ball, and we can sort of move forward now, going towards the green, and we could place that pretty much anywhere. So we've got the little 23-yard chip. We could go in the rough. We could even come back here and sort of stick it in the sand. And I mean, immediately the sand as well looks fantastic. Just these graphics in general look really, really impressed. I'm just, and the layouts of them are there. You know, I know this course, I know this hole. I think it looks really, really good. So we could click on the three lines and end practice, and then just go back to the main menu. So that's the practice. It's pretty much just on course practice, placing it anywhere you want, playing chip shots, long shots, short shots, anything like that. I'm assuming once you hit that shot, you could just keep going. It's just going to keep letting you hit shots on that hole and do whatever you want to do. But lastly, we have the compete section, so the weekly tournaments. So if we click on that, as before on Home T Hero, I think it just takes the latest PGA Tour event that's going on at the time at that course. So it's at TP Stadium at the moment, PGA West. There's 3 days, 18 hours left to play on this, so you can enter the tournament. It comes as standard with tee box and also weather settings, so you don't get to adjust any of those when you go into it. And yeah, and then you can sort of compete with people around the world on tournament play through Home T Hero, which is just really, really good. So that is it. That is the main menu, really, pretty much. Just wanted to give you a quick fly overview. Like, so you've got the leaderboard as well. If there was the current weekly tournament, so this is that one, that PGA West, so you could take a look at who's currently leading. So Nick there, as it stands, with an 8 under for that round. That's quite a solid round. And you can have a look and obviously compete with your friends as well if they also have the R10 and the Home T Hero subscription. So as I said, they have improved like the ball physics and sort of like green interaction with the ball, so the green friction modeling. So I think you're going to get far better ball landing on the greens or around the greens from what they've demonstrated Garmin on these apps. Much closer to the physics engine showcased with the R50. Obviously the Garmin R50 is going to perform better than the R10. We know that. It's a camera-based launch monitor instead of a radar-based one like the R10. But this is just, I think for R10 users, this is just a really good addition, a fantastic addition from Garmin. I never thought they would allow us to, and I know a lot of people were asking, saying, hey, why can't the Garmin R10 users have these graphics and physics with the R10 or with Home T Hero? And I always thought it would be something they would hold against the R50 to sort of encourage more people to buy that. But no, they've gave it, and it's absolutely fantastic. So summary, if you are an R10 owner, this is the biggest Home T Hero update we've ever seen, I think. And honestly, personally, I think this changes the value of the R10 overnight. Get down in the comments and let me know what you want to test using the new Home T Hero app. I will be doing some videos on this, using gameplay, doing some of the practice modes, and just generally using it. But get down in the comments, and also get down in the comments as well. Have you downloaded the new Home T Hero app? Have you used it? What's your thoughts? I'd like to know what the rest of the community thinks. And I'll see you on the next one.